Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, and today I've got another stadium tour for you. I am here behind me at Fulham Football Club and Craven Cottage Stadium. So this stadium behind me here is the home of London's oldest professional football club, and this has been the home of Fulham since 1896. Now this stadium here behind me has undergone some renovation over the decades, most recently the brand new Riverside stand, but the stadium itself is actually known for its cottage, hence the name. And today we're going to explore the history of this place and why it's such a special place to Fulham and football fans. Now the name Craven Cottage comes from a guy called William Craven, who originally built the cottage that is still here today. I believe these were originally some kind of hunting grounds, and then as time went on, obviously the uses of the site changed to football purposes. But this place here is quite interesting, and I want to talk about this man right here behind me. So behind me you've got the statue of Fulham legend Johnny Haynes, who played for the club between 1952 and 1970. To Fulham fans, he might be considered most likely the club's greatest ever player. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he was the first player in history to earn £100 a week. So this was in 1961. And as you can imagine, football's come a long way since then. Players are earning £300,000 a week plus. But this whole stand behind me here is named after this great man called Johnny Haynes. So the stand as well, guys, this stand goes back to the year 1905, and it was designed by a famous Scottish architect called Archibald Leach, who I spoke about in my video that I'd done on Highbury with Arsenal. He designed this, and this had another name before. It was named after Johnny Haynes. I'll put the name on the screen. But this here goes back to 1905 and is grade 2 listed. So guys, this whole stand here, called the Johnny Haynes stand, is a grade 2 listed stand. And what does that mean? If you're not from the UK, grade 2 listed means that essentially it's been preserved for historical purposes and it can't be knocked down. So this is probably maybe the oldest section of the stadium, but this whole section here is called the Johnny Haynes stand and is grade 2 listed. So guys, one way to know if a stadium's really old is look at how narrow this turnstile is. So fans enter through here, guys. Look how narrow it is. Look at this. How on earth would you squeeze through there? But fans do squeeze through here every single match day. So guys, one of the most unique things about the stadium is the fact that it's actually along the River Thames. Now behind me you can see the brand new Riverside stand, which was built in the last sort of couple of years or so. But you can see that people can actually walk and run along the path and under the stand and then straight across. So this stand here, I think, has the average highest ticket price anywhere in the country, if I'm not mistaken. I'll get it fact checked. But as you can see, it's very state of the art and brand new. So a really cool fact, guys. So on a match day, sometimes you get fans that take the Uber boat, basically, which is like a pay as you use boat service. You take it down the Thames and they come all the way down here, not here but to a stop up the river, where they then walk to the stadium. So people actually use this river to get to the stadium, guys, which I think is really cool. So behind me you've got the statue of Fulham legend George Cohen. Played for the club between 1956 and 1969. For football fans outside of Fulham, he's most famous for being part of England's World Cup winning squad, and he sadly died, I think, about 3 years ago. But as you can see, he's loved and revered here at Fulham. Now, the statue says some really cool things about him, a cool tribute, and it's got a bit on the side regarding people who have donated to make the statue. But it's good that they've put this here as people walk past, so that people can walk past and know his significance to not only Fulham but also to English football. So you can't see it, but it says George Cohen MBE, which is a royal honour. Fulham player, World Cup winner, gentleman. Played for the club between 1956 and 1969, and he died about 3 years ago, I believe. Here you've got a hotel, the Fulham Pier Hotel, and up there you've got like balconies and stuff. And then as you walk down, you can just see here pretty much the walkway basically, so you can walk right behind the stand, which is really, really cool. So guys, there you've got like a restaurant, like a market and a bar there, you've got that. And as you walk down, it says Fulham. All the way down, see the river there. And then you've got another restaurant this side, or the same one basically. So guys, I suppose behind me is like the newer side of the stadium, but the most important part for me is the inside, the football. That's why we're here. So we're going to go inside shortly and have a look. But I didn't realise how cool it is, what was done on this stand. It's really, really cool, but the main thing I'm here for is the football. Other side of the turnstiles, so you can see the main road. They come through here. As you can see how narrow it is, guys. They come through here, then they walk through into the stadium itself. Look at that. So this stand behind me is called the Hammersmith stand, and it's because Hammersmith Bridge is in that direction. That's called the Hammersmith stand. So I was told this section here is where the loudest Fulham fans sit, so they sit there. And then in this section here is hospitality, so that's like apparently a very expensive hospitality suite in this. So this here is called the Hammersmith end, which is where the loudest Fulham fans sit. So all the seats in the Johnny Haynes stand in the back, these seats at the back, they're all from the 60s. So those seats there are actually untouched and can't actually be changed because of how it's grade 2 listed. And in that section there, this stand here is called the Putney end, because Putney Bridge is in that direction. So you get a rough idea, guys, of the stands basically. So as you can see, you've got the Hammersmith end here, and it's all pretty much single tiered, pretty much. So being single tiered probably makes it easier to create an atmosphere, guys. But as you can see, I was told that this was called the wood end stand in the past, apparently, because it was all wooden stands, apparently. I'm not too sure, but yeah. So what is the official capacity of Craven Cottage? I think the official capacity is about 28,800, if I'm not mistaken, roughly. So it's a decent sized stadium, and it's been well maintained by the football club over the years. So in this section again, hospitality, I'm guessing you can see 9 flats there. I'm guessing in there they'd have like champagne and various treats and stuff, but you can see there the hospitality section there also. So I'm standing in the Riverside stand, and I was told that this stand here, one of the reasons obviously why it was built, which is the main reason, is obviously to make money. So Fulham are a club that are a selling club. They don't have the funds like a Manchester United, a Liverpool or Chelsea. So this stand was designed to be a money maker all year round, 365 days a year. So the stand itself, I think, holds about 9,000 people. And on one side, you have the oldest stand in the Premier League, and on this side, you've got the second youngest stand after Everton now. But as you can see, it's a fantastic, fantastic stand to be in. You've got the dugouts there. Now, normally in most stadiums, the dugouts are on the same side as the tunnel, but you have to walk across the pitch to get to the dugouts. Then up there as well, you've got where the directors sit. And as you can see, the stand goes all the way down. You can see how state of the art the seats are. And just check out how cool the pitch is, guys. The pitch here at Fulham is incredible, absolutely incredible. It's got undersoil heating, but the pitch itself is absolutely immaculate. I was told that the club actually rips it up every summer and relays it for every new season. So right there at the top is where the owner Shahid Khan would sit. He was sitting there, and I'm guessing whoever the delegates are for the visiting team will sit there as well. But you can kind of see what it looks like now behind the goal. So you've got the goal there, and this is where the keeper would be, and you can see roughly how the pitch is. This has to be one of the smallest pitches in the Premier League, guys. I don't think the video does it justice, but it's quite a small pitch. But for Fulham it works. because obviously teams have to adapt to the smaller pitch. So guys, I'm standing in what is known as the tunnel, and that's where the players enter. This is the first time in my life that I've been in a tunnel where the entrance is outdoors. Shows how old the stadium is. The players actually come and line up here and they walk straight out to the pitch. Now whether it's sunny, raining or whatever, the players will line up here and make their walk from the dressing rooms out to the pitch. Here you've got the players' entrance. That's the other side of a Johnny Haynes statue. So Johnny Haynes statue's there. The players come through here, and then the dressing rooms, I think, are in there, basically. And then you've got the press area, so players get interviewed here after the game, you can see, pretty much. And fans enter through there, basically. So guys, I've come into the cottage itself at the stadium. You can see a photo there of Pele. He played in London once in his career, and it was right here at Craven Cottage for Santos. Santos lost the game, but obviously Pele played here. That's Archibald Leach, the guy who designed the Johnny Haynes stand. Very famous architect, pretty much. And as you can see, he's going around. You've got a photo here of George Cohen playing against Forest in 1967. And then you've got a photo there of the cottage and the stands back in the day as well, pretty much. So here you can see the bar as well. So during the match day, the directors of Fulham and the visiting teams will be allowed to come in here. They're allowed to have champagnes and the finest things in life basically in here pretty much. So you can see how nice and lovely it is. Then as you walk out, you can see all the memorabilia over the years. You've got Fulham versus Swansea 1958, Fulham Brentford 54. You've got Fulham United 1926.
78 seats out here.
You can see.
Generally the Fulham directors sit on the right. Mr. Khan sits...
So I've got it totally wrong, guys. So the Fulham owner sits in here during the game. Got it totally wrong. He sits in here and you can see the old seats, guys. Old seats you can see, and I was told he sits in here, not actually up here, but you can see the view from the cottage. So here you've got the Putney end, basically. This here is all the Putney end, and I think in the background there is where the TV is, the Sky Sports and stuff is. I think it's in there, looks like it. I've been told it is, so you can pretty much see in the corner there. Guys, let me know, is there any professional stadium in the country that gives as much nostalgia as this one? I'm actually enjoying this tour more than I envisioned. Is there any stadium that has more nostalgia than Craven Cottage? Let me know, because I think it's a brilliant stadium. So I'm standing in the away dressing room, and I was told this is recently renovated. I was told that it was much more than this, and apparently people used to complain, like visiting teams. So Fulham have recently done up this away dressing room. This is actually not bad, to be fair. I've seen much worse than this. I've seen a lot worse than this in the Premier League. But yeah, it's not bad at all. And here we walk into the home team dressing room. Walk in here. Ooh. Toilets and stuff there. And here we are. Fulham home dressing room. Says, together, Fulham FC, we are one. And you can see all the players here.
One white and black flags.
Okay, so it's sort of like a mosaic basically.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, pretty much. And yeah, I can see you've got areas where they can exercise with the bike, physio.
That concertina's a cross, so
okay.
If you have a random drug test, if you're selected for a drug test, then you have to come over here. This gets pulled across.
Oh, okay.
You have to stay here until you can provide a sample. And you
okay.
have a FA representative here.
And here you've got bandages, etc. for the physios.
First aid.
Okay. So Arsenal's ex-academy player Smith Rowe, familiar name. You've got Raul Jimenez, Adama Traore. You've got Kevin. You've got Muniz, Calvin Bassey, and Alex Iwobi, another Arsenal Academy graduate as well. Bert Leno, another ex-Arsenal player as well. He was a good player for us actually, to be fair. And yeah, you can just see here, nice and padded, unlike the away dressing room obviously. And yeah, so here is where Marcus Silva will do his tactics. So you can see here, you've got the pitch, and he'll draw his team talk. You have the screens there as well, pretty much. And yeah, as you can see, it's quite a small dressing room, but it works, I suppose, for Fulham. So yeah, guys, it's a nice dressing room. I like the fact that it's inside of the old cottage, if that makes sense to an extent. But yeah, it's absolutely lovely. It's a very, very unique stadium. I keep saying it, but it's a very, very unique stadium. The official room, so the referees will sit in there, female, male. The interview rooms as well for the media in there. And then the players walk out. Players walk out the tunnel. The fans be roaring. So here we are inside the Johnny Haynes stand. You've got the bars where the fans will come for drinks. I'm not sure pint in here actually. I'm not sure pint. I don't know actually. I can't see up there. Probably like a fiver. Oh, you can see the prices there basically. Camden Hill, £7.50. But yeah, you can see inside the old stand. You can see the old walls, and that's where the fans will come in or go out. You can just see the infrastructure here, guys. Here you've got the press area, pretty much in the Johnny Haynes stand. You can see the pitch there, and you can see the exact old seats where they sit on, basically. So guys, I'm inside the bar called The Flag, where the players come after the game. As you can see, it's really cool. So you've got a replica here at the table. So this gets updated after every single game. And obviously you've got the bar there as well. And then as you go around, pretty much, you've got various Fulham memorabilia from over the years. So as you can see, it says there was a time when team flags lined the riverbank at Craven Cottage. Before each match, the flags would be positioned in order to reflect the latest league standings, which is what they do. Probably the biggest game in Fulham's history, 2010 Europa League final against Atletico Madrid. Unfortunately, they lost it late, but Fulham had a fantastic European campaign. And there's a photo from the game. I think that's when Simon Davis scored. You've got 2001 Fulham Watford. You've got 96-68 Fulham Burnley. You've got here 1975 Fulham Birmingham, pretty much. You've got Bobby Moore, who once played for Fulham as well, pretty much. You've got one from 2018, Fulham against Derby County, which they won the playoff semi-finals ahead to Wembley for the final. You can see the fans there doing the invasion. 2008, Portsmouth Fulham last day of the season under Hodgson, I think it was. Danny Murphy scored. Fulham stayed up. And as you can see, 2010, my friend Fionn, hi Fionn if you're watching, one of the most famous nights back at the Cottage, Juventus Europa League, the famous turnaround. My friend's favourite game here actually, Zoltan Gera vs United 09. And then you've got 2022 Fulham vs Luton Town. Finished 7-0. That
was the last game of the season when Mitrovic scored his 42nd and 43rd goals of the season.
Is that a record for the champions? It's a record, see?
What's that?
So as you can see there, you've got Fulham there winning promotion back to the Premier League.
No one turned up.
You've got a signed shirt here, pretty much. You've got a women's international, England vs Australia, here in 2018 at the Cottage. Roy Hodgson again in 09. And here you've got a poster for the game against Santos, which Pele played, pretty much. That's Pele there in the game as well. You can see Pele there. And then you can see in the background there, you've got the Cottage in the background. I don't know if you can see it. So yeah, as you can see, it's phenomenal. And then the bottom half of the Premier League table. There you can see the Fulham trophy cabinet. So Fulham have put both the men's and women's trophies on here. So you can see here, 2018 playoff final. You've got the championship winners in 2022. And then you've got other stuff as well. So women's FA Cup winners. And then you've got other stuff as well, basically. So Fulham put both their men and women's trophies on there. Nationwide Football League Division 2 champions, 98 to 99. And you can see roughly just all the trophies here. You may say it's not a lot in comparison to the likes of Chelsea and Arsenal, but Fulham have a very proud history. And the tour ends in the club shop. So you've got some replica Fulham shirts. You can see that children's kits and stuff. And all sorts basically as well. So yeah, you've got the shop here. As well. I'm guessing this is the old Fulham badge, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty much, 85 quid. Got the scarves, and then obviously you've got shirts and so on and so forth. Got cushions, hats, this season's home shirt, these balls as well also. So guys, I've just finished the tour, and I want to say the tour was absolutely incredible. That might be my favourite stadium tour ever. Definitely the best one that I've done here in the UK. I don't know if because it's a smaller stadium or less people or whatever, but honestly it was brilliant, and my tour guide Courtney was phenomenal. So I'm going to go and write a review on travel on travel lodge, travel, or whoever it is basically. But I'm going to write a review. But absolutely incredible. That is it guys for today's video. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. I've got many more cool videos coming. Let me know, where should I go next? In the meantime, I'll see you on the next video.